many deaf people are losing their lives. Why? Because our doctors, nurses, healthcare personnel do not know sign language. My best friend died 2 years ago. When he fell sick and went to the hospital, he had a problem and was trying to explain to the doctor, but the doctor didn't understand his problem, thinking that he had blood pressure. So he prescribed medicine for him. When he started his medication, the foot started swelling, his face disfigured. If our healthcare personnel know sign language and are able to break that communication barrier, you see, we can't live without sign language. Every human being here on this earth have their own language. And they have a way of communicating. They see things around them and they communicate with the things around them. And when they see things around them, they can communicate. How do deaf people communicate? When you are running around, human beings, we have full language, just like deaf people also have their language. If you don't recognize our language, how can we interact fully in society?
I think that if sign language policy is implemented, it will give an opportunity for all others who are in school, be it deaf or hearing, to learn a language in addition to the languages that are already being learned in school.
One of the major problems facing persons with disabilities in Ghana is getting and maintaining decent jobs. Trends in employment figures in Ghana have shown that participation of persons with disabilities in the labor market is very low. The past decades have seen increased interest in issues related to the rights of persons with disabilities, including their right to work.
I have 25 employees. Among them are 2 ladies who have a hearing disability by name Gifty and Julie. They have worked with me for over 2 years now, and I simply have no problem with them. They are hardworking. Basically, we cook food and sell drinks, and they are in the kitchen. They grill sausages, tilapia, everything. They take instructions as you train them along, and it's very easy for them because there is no interference. What they learn to do today, they will continue to do it as far as you have taught them what to do. At the beginning of their tenure, there were some few challenges because some customers do not understand that. They don't even know that there are people who are disabled as far as hearing is concerned. So when they come in, they begin to talk. And when they realize that there is no response, they become frustrated. But I had to train them. So the deaf person is rather on the look. As soon as she spots somebody coming, then she will give a sign that something so that you know that she has seen you. And then if it is something that needs talking, she will draw the attention of the other girls who are there. By this, many of them come around.
Omas yekase sebi omasonti asem bi eye adwuma na ase Ghana for ya na ye yimu kakra but ye hu difference bi e wo mo a omo kasa ene omo a omo nte kasa ne ntem ye de ene omo ye adwuma bibia wo be kire ni bi obetimi ayama invoice na wo de be ma na wo kire ni say na city calculation bibia omo ye unni ho a no ho a mimi say mini ho a me wo one guy ho a ete say de me akasa na me wo
bibia adwuma ni bibia me de be kire ni bia say onye no oye ni pepepepe even me poma adwuma ye chen oma omote kasa because oma omote kasa na time bia ya complaints also on bet 30 minutes no mu di omo nkomo.
I met Thomas Ewua somewhere late 2019. He was deaf. He approached me personally and he asked me if I could give him a place here to work. Initially, I hadn't had any experience with a deaf person, and so I was wondering if I'll be able to work with him, considering the nature of the work and how we will need people who will have to be attentive in order to work together. So I decided to give him a try. I met his parents and eventually I decided that let me work with him, give him a shot and see if he'll be able to work. Honestly, in the first week, I was surprised. He was very attentive, even though he was deaf. I felt it got to a point I didn't even realize he was deaf anymore, because before I notify him to do something, I realized he'd already picked it up and done it. He made work so easy for me along the way. I asked him if he would be able to provide a person like him for me. He told me he had a friend who was equally good and he would bring him. He brought a friend. I worked with him for 2-3 days. I realized that he was actually saying the right thing. He had a good point, and I worked with him too. In a space of about 3-4 months, I had about 5-6 people coming from him, and I was happy because they worked very well. They harmonized with those who could talk. They related very well, and along the way, they made me feel so comfortable. I had to give them a room here to stay.
Now, I don't work here in the area of medicine or labor. My area is designing. I started working here at the general department as file assistant. And then one day, one file got missing, so I was asked to write the name of that file at the back of the file, and they saw that I have a very nice handwriting, so they decided to emboss all the files, the chairs, the equipment, and the office, and in the department. After I did that, they found out that I should continue embossing and writing in those files until now. So my position here at the hospital is orderly, but I was promoted to senior hospital orderly. So I don't work at the medicine area.